After the early exchanges in the team time trial, it was time to return to the road bikes for stage 2. After some early bumps, the day was likely to be one that favoured the sprinters. Marco Canola, Alex Dowsett, Davide Malacane, David De La Cruz and Daniel Tekla-Hymenot forced a 5-man break, and they pulled out to a lead around the 4.5 minute mark as the race took on the 3 small climbs of the day. As the road flattened, the gap began to diminish, with Giant Shimano and Lotto Belisol protecting their interests for the likely bunch sprint in Cascina. 4 of the 5 riders fell back to the bunch with around 30 kilometres to go, leaving just Dowsett to press on by himself. He was eventually caught 20 kilometres later, by which time the tension was beginning to rise within the peloton. A couple of crashes yielded several casualties, including one of the favourites for the stage, Marcel Kittel, who slammed his bike to the ground in disappointment. Up front, things were getting frantic. Lotto Belisol managed to deliver Andre Greipel, but from the Germans' wheel came IAM Cycling's Matteo Palucci, who came from a long way back to deliver a perfectly timed sprint and snatch the win. Arnaud Demare claimed a solid second place for FDJ, while Greipel was knocked back to third. Mark Cavendish, despite being boxed out in the sprint, still finished with the bunch and retained the overall lead. Stage 3, starting in Cascina, featured a tricky circuit around Arezzo with a kick towards the finish. Could the pure sprinters survive for victory? Initially, a 5-man break went down the road. J. Robert Thompson, Marco Canola, Bjorn Terrau, Cesare Benedetti and Nicola Boehm were the attackers this time. Canola, holding the Green King of the Mountains jersey, was eager to claim a few more points, and he was the first to drop once his work for the day was done. The remaining 4 riders stretched a maximum advantage of 6 minutes 30, at which point the peloton began the chase to close them down. Terrau distanced his breakaway companions as the race circled round the Arezzo circuit. An eager peloton caught the German with 6 kilometres to go. Lotto Belisol took up the pace with 3 men protecting Greipel, looking to release him for the win. But the nature of the finish saw a surge from the power climbers. Philippe Gilbert launched his sprint early, but Peter Sagan had the former world champ's wheel and his final push proved to be the winning one. The stage results show a reversal of the 1-2 at Strada Bianchi just a few days before, Kwiatkowski this time having to settle for second. ORICA-GreenEdge will be happy with 2 of their riders in the top 5. Cavendish did not contest the finish and came in 49 seconds back in 93rd place. This means he loses the leader's blue jersey to his teammate Kwiatkowski. There are plenty of riders within a minute of the lead, so we're expecting a great day of racing on stage 5.
In case you missed it, click here if you want to find out how a Campagnola chain is made, and click on this ugly face if you want to subscribe for free to GCN.